Hello and welcome back to the channel, everybody. Hopefully you're having a fantastic weekend so far. This is episode 18 of the Platinum Trophy Show. This is my weekly Platinum Trophy podcast / show where we take a look at all the new trophies that have popped up on PSN profiles. We take a look at all the latest in Sony and PlayStation and gaming news and generally just chat about trophies for normally like 30 or 40 minutes. Let's dive in and have a look at episode 18.
So I stay here and hold my...
Hey guys, now look, if you're a new viewer of the channel, and we have had a few new viewers this week, please consider hitting that subscribe button down below. I make new videos on the channel every single day, and this show, specifically the Platinum Trophy Show, I do every single week. We take a look at all the new PlayStation trophies that have popped up on PSN profiles, as well as all the latest in PlayStation and gaming. Now, I want to say thank you to everybody this week. We've had a pretty massive week on the channel in terms of growth. We had a ton of new subscribers come on board this week, and we've also had a bunch of new views on some of my older videos as well. So thank you guys so much for your support there. We hit 5,000 subscribers this week. Hooray! It's a massive accomplishment. I know it doesn't sound like much, but to a small YouTuber who's sitting here making videos every single day, it's a pretty massive accomplishment for me. I'm pretty stoked about it. So thank you guys so much for that. As part of that, we're doing a giveaway on the channel for hitting 5,000 subscribers. I'm running it all month, just so I give everyone a chance to enter the giveaway. If you want to find that, there's a video or probably link in the description down below that you can click on and enter the giveaway. I'm giving away a massive PlayStation prize pack, so feel free to go into that if you've enjoyed the channel, you wanted to support. This is just kind of my way of giving something a little bit back to you guys using some of the ad revenue I've earned from the videos over the past month or so. But thank you all again, I really appreciate it. Next goal is to try and get the channel to 10,000 subscribers, which is effectively doubling our numbers from where we are now. And that could be an accomplishment, but I am eager to give it a try. So we'll see how we go over the next couple of months in terms of that and whether that's realistic or not. They'll ever be able to hit a number that high. I don't even think I was really thinking I would ever hit 5,000 subscribers, let alone in like 3 months after doing the channel. But yeah, 10,000 would be amazing. So let's see if we can make that happen. If any of you guys have any ideas on how we can get to that 10,000 number. The two goals are 10,000 subscribers and 1 million total channel views. Those are the two things. If I can achieve that by the end of 2020, I would be a very happy man. But I don't know. I don't know if it's even possible yet. Any tips, advice, suggestions, I am very open to them. We'll see how we go. Now let's get on with the news. So the first story I want to look at today, and there's not many of them, just FYI. This is a very slow news week and a slow trophy week as well, but we have this rumor about Prince of Persia again. I know a lot of you guys are excited about this, but over on Push Square, they've got an article here saying Prince of Persia's leaked remake, which appeared on a retailer's website recently, will be announced during Ubisoft's briefing on the September the 10th, which is this coming week. Jason Schreier has teased. The Bloomberg Scribe was speaking as part of Triple Click podcast and name dropped the project directly. So he obviously knows things on the inside. I would say given he was confident enough to go and say this, it means that it is going to happen. We don't know if this is going to be a reboot, a remake, a remaster, a new game. We have no idea yet, but Ubisoft do have an event this coming week. I'll be covering that in the channel with a video as well, where they're going to reveal some new stuff. My guess is Splinter Cell, and now it looks like Prince of Persia is going to be part of that as well, so this could be an exciting thing. Are you guys excited for Prince of Persia? Let me know in the comment section down below if this is something you're keen to play or not. I'm not really sure. Personally, I did enjoy Prince of Persia on the PlayStation 2, but I never played any of the PlayStation 3 iterations of it. I kind of moved over to Assassin's Creed at that point, and it kind of did everything that Prince of Persia did for me, but maybe I missed something, I'm not sure. Maybe there's some fans out there and you can let me know why you love that series. Looking at old series being remastered again, we have this story about Mass Effect Trilogy remaster set for an October reveal, and the release date might slip. It's kind of weird. This has been rumored for literally like 7 years at this point, so who knows how true it actually is. Push Square has posted this article again about it. Speaking on the GameSpeak podcast, Jeff Grubb states that EA was targeting an October 2020 release date for the trilogy, and it has potentially slipped due to COVID and things like that. I'm not sure how much credibility to give it. I mean, I would have predicted a Mass Effect trilogy, but I would have said it was going to happen years ago. It doesn't take a genius to probably predict something like this, given how popular that franchise is. My guess is that they probably had something in the works and then they parked it due to the negative effect of Andromeda, maybe, to distance themselves from that. and now they're looking at revisiting it again. I mean, I'd be very keen to play this again on PlayStation 4, PlayStation 5 if it was real. I don't know. Is there many Mass Effect fans out there as well? I'm not sure. It did start as an Xbox game, so I'm not sure if there is a ton of them in my audience, but I'm really curious to see if there is anyone who's keen for this game in this remake, especially after how long it's been since it's been teased and since it was out. I mean, Mass Effect essentially, apart from Andromeda, has been dormant this whole generation. 3 coming out, I mean, the very end of PS3 and 360's generation, so it's been a number of years now. This one here, a short story, but essentially CD Projekt Red announced that Witcher 3 Wild Hunt is going to have a free upgrade to PlayStation 5 and Xbox 360. If you own an existing copy of the game, you'll just receive a free upgrade. So my guess is that you'll just be able to insert the PlayStation 4 disc into the PS5 and you'll be able to play the game from scratch. It's interesting how different companies are coming down on this. Some of them are saying the upgrade is free and you'll be able to play the enhanced version of that game for free, no extra cost. Other companies are saying backwards compatibility is free and you can play the same game on PS5 with no enhancements, and that's free. However, if you want an enhanced version of the game, you do have to pay for that. It's a weird one for me. I do think if devs are putting effort into enhancing a game, then they should be compensated for that in some way. I don't know what that looks like yet, whether or not it is fair to charge consumers and really how much you should be charging people versus just being able to play with backwards compat and that being completely free. So I kind of sit somewhere on the fence with it. The thing that frustrates me is the number of publishers and developers that are coming down on both sides. You know, you've got some who are really on board with this as a free upgrade and some who are like, no, you have to pay for it. And I think there needs to be like a level of like universal cohesion with that. I did like what Ubisoft did last generation actually, when they gave away games like Assassin's Creed 3 and Far Cry 3 as free DLC or free content when you pre-ordered a gold edition of their games. So you pre-order Far Cry 5, you get Far Cry 3 free. I thought that was a nice way of giving away that. So I wouldn't be opposed to seeing stuff like that where you're getting enhanced versions of games for free with pre-orders. I think it's a nice little add in terms of value. Yeah, paying for upgrades and things like that versus getting free upgrades. I'm curious to get your thoughts. I know this is probably a bit of a very decisive conversation to have, but it would be interesting to gauge what the community's input on this is as well around this. So curious to get your thoughts down in the comment section below too on this specific topic, because I'm not really sure I'm sold either way just yet. I think people need to be paid for their time, but then, you know, developers can't be taking the piss as well. I'm not sure. What do you guys think? Let me know. All right, flicking across to PlayStationTrophies.org, there's a couple of articles here that I think are interesting. Now, we had this story here about Ubisoft claiming that PlayStation 5 won't be backwards compatible with PS1, 2, or 3. I think there have been a lot of rumors on both sides of whether it would be or wouldn't be, and how backwards compatibility would work with previous generations beyond PS4. Sony have only currently stated it's backwards compatible with PS4 to this point, so people have been speculating on whether or not it is compatible with PS3, PS2, and PS1, or what that might look like. Ubisoft have outwardly said that on their support page that PS5's backwards compatibility will only be with previous generation, so PlayStation 4, not supporting those older gen consoles. If people are taking this as gospel that it won't support that at all, I don't think that's the case. It's possible that Ubisoft don't know, or it's possible that backwards compatibility won't work natively on PlayStation 5. Maybe you have to opt in to allow backwards compatibility on older gen games. Maybe there is an upgrade path. Maybe you have to rebuy the games again, similar to how we had to buy those emulated versions of PS2 games on the PS4. Like your old games won't work perhaps. So there could be other ways they do backwards compatibility. So I wouldn't rule it out completely. Honestly, given it's Sony, I would say that if they're going to offer backwards compatibility, they'll probably charge for it. So if they're going to offer PS3 games again, they'll probably sell them on the store and your previous versions of those games won't work. They'll probably call them PS5 versions of PS3 games, even though they're just the same game. That's my guess. It's an interesting little thing. I mean, or they just have no backwards compatibility at all. I'm not sure how much of an issue this even is at this point. We have PS4, which is, you know, a pretty big deal. And I would say that 90% of the PS3 games that are worth playing have already been ported to PS4 in some way. You know, the PS1 and PS2 library is definitely lacking. That's kind of been left in the dust a little bit. So I'd really like to see some of those older things find their way to current gen in some capacity, because there's so many hidden gems that we're just missing out on because they're old and impossible to get now, and they're just not playable. So it would be nice if Sony or Microsoft or someone was able to try and find a way to do that, whether it's selling them to us again or whatever. You guys might have seen I tweeted tweeted about this, but Resident Evil was promised a reveal or some more information revealed in August, and we didn't get anything. They've come out now publicly on Twitter, and they've said that there will be some more information at TGS. Tokyo Game Show normally happens in the first week of September. This week it's remote, so it's happening the same week as the Ubisoft event, essentially, except it's happening remotely. So we're going to see some more information about Resident Evil Village or Resident Evil 8, which is cool. Hopefully we get a release date for it. That would be really nice, so we can find out when the game is actually launching. Fingers crossed it's coming out with the current gen consoles or early on in 2021, and we get some more information about that. Maybe a trailer with some more narrative explanation would be nice as well. So I'm looking forward to this. You guys know I love Resident Evil. Another game I love as well is Dead by Daylight, and they've announced that Dead by Daylight will be coming to PlayStation 5. So they've said here, Behaviour Interactive has announced that the hugely popular online game will be making the jump to next-gen consoles in holiday 2020, so it's coming out obviously with the launch of the consoles. 4K 60 frames, which is great for this game. Players who own the title on PS4 will get a free upgrade to PS5. So pretty cool. It's cool that they're supporting this, and it means that essentially this game gets to continue through the next generation, which is neat. For a game like this, it requires its community to continue to be active with it, and keeping on growing that community and supporting it is a really positive thing. I love this game. It's one of my favorite games that came out in the PlayStation 4 generation. It's on my top 10 list of games, I would say, that came out this generation. That feels like another video idea that I should make at some point. But yeah, it's cool. I'm happy that they are continuing to support this game. That is all the PlayStation news this week. There wasn't much. It was a very quiet week. Now, trophy-wise, there is not much either, unfortunately. So I think we talked about this last week, Ahri and the Secret of Seasons. This has been out for a week over in the US, I believe in Europe as well, and no one's earned the Platinum Trophy yet, so I don't think it's going to be a super easy Platinum. My assumption is because there is a Bronze Trophy here called Finish the Game Without Completing Any Side Quests. It requires either another playthrough, which is either time consuming, or my money would be that it's glitched because it's a bronze. So yeah, that if you were thinking of picking up this game, maybe hold off until the trophies are patched and we have more information. Do we have anything from the developer? Let's see. I had a look through Twitter. I can't find anything, so who knows whether or not it's... Maybe there's just no one playing it. 42 owners, though, I'd feel like someone would have gotten close to the Platinum at this point. Maybe it is a harder trophy. I'm not sure. I don't know. Well, we'll stay tuned for that one. The Kingdoms of Amalur trophy list has also gone live. It is exactly the same as the PS3 version of the game, except it includes all of the DLC trophies, which are all of these ones here, in the main game. So you need them for the Platinum now. They weren't very hard though, so I wouldn't be too worried about that. It just means you've got to finish the 2 DLCs, which I think were only another couple of hours extra. They were like essentially another quest line added onto the game, so maybe another like 2 or 3 hours worth of content, narrative content, and they were good. So yeah, there's that. This is the old trophy list for it here. It's like 7.5% difficulty. You've got 2,800 game owners. So, you know, it's not a very difficult Platinum, I would say. But it's an RPG, so it is going to be time consuming. I'll have a trophy guide and roadmap up for this one on the channel this week as well, so stay tuned for that. I have prioritized this one on the channel, so you'll see that in a couple of days. Tony Hawk Pro Skater trophies went live. I've been playing this game all weekend, trying to get as far as I can. I'm working on a trophy guide for this one as well. If you want information about the trophies, I have a video up on the channel where the trophies are revealed and I talk about the difficulties there. I've also uploaded a video about a little exploit in the game to unlock the hardest trophy in the game in like 2 minutes. So if you're planning on getting this game, go and check that out because it makes it so much easier. And without that, and with that trophy done, you'll be able to get the Platinum. It won't be as difficult as you may have previously thought it would be. I've almost finished the trophy guide and roadmap for this one as well. There was a lot of gameplay to play for this, but that should be up on the channel in the next day or so too. I know I keep saying that for a lot of games. They do take a lot of time to make these guides. It's not just something that comes like that. So this hopefully will be, I want to say tomorrow, but it could be the day after, depending on how we go tonight in terms of gameplay. So we'll see how we go there. I know this game is already released in the US, but Educational Games for Kids has got a second stack, obviously, for the European PlayStation Store. It's got a pretty big trophy list, but if we go over to the NA version of the game, you can see here, like it's got 7 out of 33 game owners who have completed it. In terms of trophy, the 21% trophy completion. Let's have a look at rarity. Let's find out what the hardest stuff is. I mean, it's not going to be a hard game. It's an educational game. Finish all the game variants with 3 stars. So it's like do everything in the game. My guess is it's probably going to be a slightly time-consuming platinum, but a pretty easy one. So if you're into these kind of plats, go for it. Someone here has done it in like 4 hours, 6 hours. I'd say it's like you're looking at somewhere between 6 to 7 hours then as an average, probably based on these alone. I will not be touching this at all with a 10-foot pole because I at least have some self-respect left. But if you're into the trophies, go for it. Red League also released a new game this week called Roommates. This is another visual novel. Pretty self-explanatory. My guess, I haven't played it yet, but my guess would be that if you follow a guide, probably over on ps3imports.com, you'll be able to get this platinum in like half an hour if you follow a guide to the T. That's generally the way that these kind of videos go, the way that these kind of games go. And that's basically it for this week. I know it's a little bit shorter, but unfortunately we just don't have the news to support a full episode. I was going to go through one of the sales on here as well, but I felt like that might not be so interesting for you guys, so I'll do that in a separate video off this as well. The last week or so has been very busy on the channel. There's been a lot of games that have come out between NBA, Tony Hawk, and Avengers this week, so it's been a pretty full-on week, as well as doing the regular videos, guides, things like that, and trying to sort of follow the trends of the growth on the channel too. So it's been a pretty hectic week. I'm quite exhausted from that as well, so bear with me over the next couple of days while I get a couple of videos. I did have some stuff banked for the back half of last week. You might have seen a couple of videos pop up that were a little bit less than normal, so that's the reason why those exist. I just needed a bit more time to try and finish off some of this other stuff that I've been working on as well. So thanks for sticking with me, guys. I really appreciate it. I'm stoked we're at 18. I'm stoked we're at 5k. And thank you guys so much for your support. I really appreciate it. Thanks for getting to this part of the video as well if you did. Good on you. Don't forget to go into the giveaway over on the channel too. I'm also doing a similar giveaway over on Twitch for Twitch subs. So if you're a supporter over on Twitch, then thank you for that. If you're interested in going over to Twitch and subbing, I know that does cost money, but if you're into Twitch and you want to support the channel further, feel free to go and see me over there as well and come and say hi. Anyway, that's all from me, guys. Thank you so much for watching. I really appreciate it, and I'll see you guys in tomorrow's video. Have a great evening. Bye.
I just wanna real, I just wanna